Okay, y'all. Today we're going to talk about what it means to be taken because I think that has been misunderstood a little bit, right? Taken, i.e., married, engaged, in a monogamous relationship, not available, all of that, some of that, part of that. If you're still struggling with the meaning of taken, contact Liam Neeson, see if he can break it down for you, okay? Um, we just need to do a better job. If we're taken, right? If you're taken, you need to let people know that, right? So that they understand completely what your situation is, right? And we've come too far with just life in general, right? To still be out here, um, not being transparent, not being honest. Two different things, right? Um, and this is not about anyone in particular, but this is for everyone. This is about no one, but this is for everyone, right? Because I think we've all been in a situation where we've been taken or we've been involved with someone that was taken or in some type of way, right? Even friendship. I think that is what I want to speak mainly about. Um, if you're taken and you are telling your significant other that you have friends, right? I think that is the sticky issue right there, is what is a friend to you? Because a lot of y'all are so-called friends with someone that you used to date or be with or whatever, right? So this is now an ex. You're calling them a friend, but it's an ex. Even if you weren't in a full-blown relationship, if y'all have had some type of relations, that is an ex, okay? It's perfectly fine to be friends with an ex if your partner understands that. And that might be something that you need to discuss, right? Hey, I have friends, of the opposite sex, right? And stop labeling your partner, wife, spouse, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, as controlling or difficult just because they have an issue with your friendships, right? It's not a control factor. It's really just about respect. What do you value so much in this so-called friendship that you're willing to risk your present situation, your potential future, just to continue to be friends with this person, right? Has this person even been a real friend, right? I mean, have they been there for you through loss? Have they been there with you through grief? Have they done anything to help you in any kind of way? Paid a bill, watched your kids, sat at the hospital with you, and held your hand during a scary time that you had. Stop calling someone your friend just because you know them or just because y'all communicate on a semi-regular basis. That's really not your friend, right? And I would be honest with you. I have very few friends. I mean, less than one hand. And them fingers is struggling, okay? So I'm saying through thick and thin, like this person, like if I never talked to them again, I would actually be hurt, sad. There would be a void or a deficit in my life. That's very, very few people, right? If this person is not enhancing your life in some way, right? That's not your friend. And now you're sitting here calling your person controlling this, that, or whatever because they don't like the fact that you're entertaining these friends, more than likely behind their back, right? It's just not, we're too grown for that. We're too grown. And for me personally, if your significant other does not know about me and that you communicate with me, that's a problem, right? My personal rule, if I know that you're taken, Liam Neeson, I'm not contacting you unless it's maybe birthday, Christmas, some ordinary, neutral type situation. But just randomly reaching out just because I haven't talked to you, I just, no. That's my personal rule. Like, because I don't want to create an issue in your relationship, especially if they don't know about me, right? Um, I've had situations where married men, okay, got in their feelings or caught an attitude with me because I removed myself from the rotation, from their situation. Like, and it wasn't anything going on, but it was just the simple fact that, you're hanging up abruptly. Oh, I can't talk right now. Or you can only call me from work, or you can only call me between these hours on every other Tuesday. That tells me right there that your person does not know about me and or does not want you communicating with me, right? So I remove myself, and I've had them be upset, like, I thought we was friends, but it seems very one-sided. If I don't hear from you, it's like you don't even call me, you don't even this, that. Well, no, you're right. Because I don't know when it's a safe time, and I don't know if your person knows about me, right? I'm not trying to create no problems. I want you to thrive and flourish in your situation with your person. I don't want to be any problem, right? And so it's just shocking to me that, married men have a problem, or taken men in general, with the fact that I don't want to deal with them, right? Um I just don't, because like the old folks used to say, what's done in the dark is gonna come out in the light. You might think that you're being sneaky, you might think that you're being slick, you might think that this other person doesn't know, but guess what? It's all gonna come out. So as long as you are aware of the consequences, the potential repercussions, you know, but don't put so much stock into, oh, that's my friend though. Because I'm really not, because I can assure you that, I would like to think I'm a good friend, but let's be real. I'm not I'm not doing nothing for you. Nothing that's so important, right? That you have to risk, your current situation. It's really not that serious, right? Um, and that's it. We just have to do better. All of us, men, women, taken, not taken. But I'm starting to learn, like, this is why people don't want these titles. They don't want to be in a relationship. That's hard to come by in 2026, because now you are obligated. Now you are, there's some requirements there, right? But as long as I keep things vague and untitled, then, you know, um, I can just have all these so-called friends. Do all these friends know about each other? Do they all know that you have multiple friends? It's not cool, because people, no matter how much you try to control it or think that you got it under control, whatever, people can catch feelings, right? Um, and things can really get personal or out of hand, right? I personally think it's super mature for someone to say, hey, I'm interested in you, but by the way, I have other people that I'm seeing, right? Just say that. But y'all are not being honest. You're not being transparent. And people are really out here not even realizing that you're not available, right? Give them the opportunity to make that choice. Don't try to make that choice for them, right? But getting back to my point, if you are taken, okay, just be mindful of the way that you move, okay? Operate with integrity, clarity, and transparency. Make sure that everybody's fully aware of what's going on. And I promise you, it's going to make your life a lot more peaceful, because that's all we really want anyway, right? Peace out.